justify our arguments. And so I'd say fundamentally we have to become more nationalist. We need to become more self-focused when it comes to the economic and the financial, and we need to talk about groups that make up our people. Black people who like commerce, white people, middle class white people, Christians, and we can't be distracted by Cuba. People who share our struggle should have our sympathies, but they can't have any of our action. We must look at this as a war of attrition that they're winning. The other side plans in centuries, and we are just waking up to the system that we are caught into. And so they are whittling away our resources, and we can't let them do that. We have to focus on the things that matter: vaccine passports, lockdowns, and free and fair elections. We really don't even have time for CRT, that issue, by the way. But we don't have a lot of time to focus on things that don't have immediate benefits in leveling the playing field. And so I see the right having to find platforms that we can better organize on, not participating and sending surrogates to CNN or the opposition press, not trying to appease them or triangulate our arguments to find this elusive middle while we demoralize white people, Christians, men, people who have been scorned by the crony capitalist system. We shouldn't defend bad corporate acts. Care of each other more. So I see the right as more insular before we can go out and evangelize some of this good news that we have on our side, and that's that we can save the birth rate with our side. We can protect the family unit with our side. We can stop school shootings with our side. We don't believe in big pharma, rubber stamping prescription for children or Obamacare or vaccines. We are against giant corporations that moralize our commerce. This is the winning message for the right wing going forward, and anybody, including classical liberals, who want to stand on our side. So that's kind of my opinion there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and keep the good fight.
AG, and keep thinking about these issues. I love bouncing these rounds with y'all. All right, let's go to. Might be a troll, but we'll see. Wonderland, hello. Wonderland. All right, I don't see the Wonderland thing working. Gary, are you there? You there?
Hey, Ollie, I think you might have jumped over me by mistake.
Okay, yeah, I thought you. Sorry.
Hey, Ollie, thank you so much for taking my call. It's been since back on Periscope since the last time I asked you a direct question, and I'm going to be asking the same question. I remember when you laid out your plans for Stop the Steal, and one of them really intrigued me. I think something very important for the populist right movement is replacing Ronna Romney McDaniel. Since she's taken the head of the Republican Party, we've lost the House, the Senate, and the presidency was taken from us through fraudulent elections. She just came out with a fraud in the elections, and it seems like she's just reactive. She's not proactive. Without, you don't have to go into any detail that you might not be ready to talk about it, but are you still on this idea, or have you heard through any of your contacts, will we ever get to replace her? Because they're raising record money in the Republican Party, and I don't believe she's the one to lead us back into the majorities and spend that money wisely. Thank you.
Joe, isn't it funny that people who are skeptical of Donald Trump and him being our nominee in 2024 say he lost the House and the Senate, and none of that's ever attributed to Ronna Romney McDaniel? Isn't that funny? Isn't this the first election that we've lost since 2008 where the media did not demand that the RNC do an autopsy post-election. Isn't that just funny?
Here's
You
the
know,
post office.
these people, the
this
Republican
is- I
Party,
have 3
is
recordings.
in on it. And I was one of the last. I said, I've been in the belly of the beast. I know these. You conspiracy theorists are wrong. The Democrat Party and the Republican Party are one and the same. The Republican Party's job is to pretend to defend moral people while shilling for the Chamber of Commerce. And Ronna Romney McDaniel is a stupid, fat, and cover y'all's ears, bitch. Okay? And we learned this in 2018 when she stole money from my Stop the Steal movement. You know, so I hate it that I was so right about her. A lot of people said she can't actually hurt the election. It was her job, the RNC's job, to stage all those lawyers that quit. And remember, she didn't hire those lawyers until we started the hashtag GOP Revolt movement on Twitter. Remember how big that was? And she didn't hire those lawyers until July or August when I made her, when you all called, until we got those lawyers all staged, and then they all quit. So, you know, one of Trump's biggest failings has been appointing her and then re-endorsing her. And unfortunately, we can't remove her because Trump's also endorsed all the RNC members who like her. So the RNC is an institution that cannot be saved. WinRed is an institution and a donation platform that cannot be saved. It sucks knowing that we are playing with fewer resources on our side than even our opponents attribute to us. But that's what it is. And I warned the White House, but it is what it is. It really sucks, dude. It really, really sucks. But these things aren't coincidences. This is controlled opposition. From Ben Shapiro to Ronna Romney McDaniel, they are never fighting for the Christian vote. They are never fighting for the white vote. They are never fighting for election integrity. They are never fighting to keep people with dildos and drag queens out of our public libraries or out of our schools. They are never fighting, any of these issues. The RNC is holding pro-Cuba rallies in states that don't have Cubans voting in it. It's completely a way to distract us. We shouldn't be distracted. We should be prudent. Thanks for that question, Joe.
That's a very sobering answer. Hey, thank you for your courage, Ali. I'm always rooting for you.
Thank you. And the way I look at it is I've got love for my neighbors, and I've got knowledge of this system. I don't have all of the answers, but I sure as hell am good at diagnosing the problem and then communicating to my fellow Americans how systems work, so that we can all collaborate on some solutions. All right, I just unmuted someone else, but it put them towards the bottom, I think. If you're able to speak and you're in the queue, go ahead and just speak up if I'm missing you. I love this. PSA to Tory and the Creamer trolls. You're all fat and ugly. You know what? This is true. If you ever look at some of these Jezebels, I mean, let's just say nobody's following him or stalking them. So, John, I can't dictate what is my chat.
I'm telling you, I have the
I
evidence
have
to bring down the
agency,
whole system.
and I'm a sovereign individual.
Me
You
too.
can't dictate my
I know
actions
the
because
law,
they
and
will,
I went through
legislate me.
legislation,
You made
which
it
is how
haste,
you do it. I talked to Mike Braun
engage,
and Senator
in
Young,
your cause, and I respectfully declined. I encourage
because you don't want
promote
anything
your
to
cause
happen,
in my chat
because
room,
you're on the opposite
and
side,
I,
because you're
so
bought.
sympathetic to your cause. But what you've done, is this is a
Okay,
personality
Akbar.
type. Okay, I've been on the internet for a long time, my guy, and these people have multiple profiles. Their issue is the most pressing issue in America. What you'll find is I'm targeted by the federal government. Okay, so while you're complaining about a past FISA thing, I'm currently monitored by our government. You shouldn't want me to champion your cause right now because I'm busy facing my own persecution. Doing this chat right now is emotionally and spiritually exhausting, but I do it because the movement has a vacuum of leadership right now, and I want to give people some proper pointers. So John Lee, it's entertaining. If we were on Periscope, everybody knows like the old Ali would have entertained and slapped you around some, but brother, it's not a contradiction to say that my actions and my convictions are my own. And if I'm unpersuaded by your argument to engage in being your champion, um, you know, uh, that just is what it is. That's like an adult thing. But I'm gonna let you say like one more thing. You can talk for 30 seconds, John Lee, and you can say whatever you want for 30 seconds. But then I'm not gonna really entertain this. I've really said my piece on the matter. Again, because you engaged in the same tactic as that other woman where you're, trying to, I don't know. It's weird that people take such advantage. Like, he can't see his own abuse. He can't see his own abuse.
Thank you.
John